Utah's Capitol Hill bills dealing with transgender youth are being drafted.
The legislature's powerful Health and Human Services Committee held hearings on the issue today, and Fox 13 News is told bills are coming.
Fox 13's Ben Winslow has the story from Utah's Capitol Hill.
The bills failed to pass the legislature earlier this year, but they are coming back.
Sometimes we just have to say, let's wait on this. Maybe you're going to be fine. And then they can transition later.
Lawmakers held a pair of hearings on transgender issues. One would set limits on health care for youth. Representative Rex Shipp is considering banning efforts to transition until age 18. In a tightly controlled hearing, the committee heard from a physician who works with transgender youth.
It is not taken lightly. It is an in-depth dialogue with a family and a child to better understand where that family is and where that child is and how best to support them.
And opponents of youth transitioning.
Parental rights are important, but the right to harm children or to let other people harm your children is something that legislatures and this legislature deals with all the time.
Do you think that you can tell me what my kid's medical treatment is going to be?
That's a loaded question, frankly, Representative.
Another bill would regulate youth sports.
This is going to become an issue.
Representative KERA BIRKELAND's bill specifically deals with transgender girls. She claims there are transgender athletes playing in Utah now.
We have had no record of any participation. We are aware of inquiries.
The Utah High School Activities Association says its policy mirrors the NCAA's, which requires a youth to be on hormone therapy for at least a year before participating. Surveys show less than 2% of youth in Utah identify as transgender, and LGBTQ rights groups view these bills as an attack on a vulnerable population with a high suicide rate.
We have a significant amount of our precious youth that will be impacted by what we do here.
But the bill's sponsor says it's about fairness, and she's not banning anyone.
Honestly, there's already restrictions for weight requirements for sports. There's boundary restrictions in sports already. There already are restrictions in place for fairness, so let's look at broadening some of those restrictions so that we can make sure we're fair everywhere possible.
Lawmakers plan more meetings before a bill emerges.
There's a lot more education needed. There's a lot more conversation that we can come together, and I think we would agree a lot more if we get to that place.
Now, Representative Birkeland says she's been warned of lawsuits and a citizen referendum. Regardless of what happens, any bills will not be considered until the 2022 legislative session. On the Hill, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.